Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the Spitball Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
I'm Shagdog.
Jammer fan here. Hi, everybody. Oh,
Hey,
flipping around. Hey, I just teleported to the middle. Hey,
Yeah,
everybody.
yeah, I'm not the bitch. I gotta be on my
Oh,
side.
so
You're
this
the
is
get.
like, so this is like a car. Okay, I get it. I didn't know that was like within the podcast rules.
oh
That like,
boy.
yeah,
No,
if
it's
you're in
not
the
like a car.
middle.
You're in a lunch meet in the middle.
Oh boy. Well,
No,
guys, I got
you're the
the
guest.
Schneider Weiss Aventinus Wiesen Doppelbach, which is 96 BA score and an 8.2 ABV.
Oh, wow! I got the Bud Ice from Anheuser-Busch, aka InBev, which is a 49 on Beer Advocate American Adjunct Lager. It's not even the Eisbach, right?
Mm.
And 5.5% ABV.
All right, guys. Well, I am in the heart of beer country up here in northern Colorado at Fort Collins, and recently CSU here in Fort Collins added this Fort Collins beer garden thing to the CSU College Stadium, and they
Mm.
have this big wall that says Fort Collins, the Napa Valley of beers. The reason I bring that up is that at any time you have 10 breweries that fail in 1 week and 10 breweries that start up. And I got a random, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Crowlers. They're 32 ounce to go beer cans.
Yep.
And they can it. They don't do
Just a
the glass ones anymore. Yeah. They put some nitrogen. They have a little hose. They put some nitrogen down in there actually too to flush the oxygen out. They put the and it's good for like 2 or 3 days. Julia went on a pub crawl last night, and then she's like, "Hey, I brought this for you." And it's just she's like, I forgot the brewery. I just know it's an IPL, an Indian Pale Lager.
She forgot the
So
brewery
I
on a pub crawl, huh?
so
Hey,
so
I
'cause
got
there's so
mystery
many.
beer here. I got mystery beer here.
So
Want to
it's
try
like
it?
a mystery. It's a mystery meat. But you were just talking about Willy Wonka, and I
Yeah.
love those Dum Dums. They weren't made by the Willy Wonka company or whatever, but you remember the Dum Dums? They had a white mystery flavor.
Yeah.
Like, and guess where I always got Dum Dums? My stepdad, growing up as a kid, was an abusive alcoholic, and he would take me and my brother into the liquor store with them, and they would get back in the '80s. They'd give kids candy. They went into the liquor store, so you didn't feel like you were leaving with nothing.
Yeah, and
Well,
You
also
know?
so
because also it was used to shut y'all up while you were in the store.
he wasn't a white
Yeah,
mystery then. He is the typical white dad.
I'm not my real dad, but yeah, I had a stepdad
Stepdad,
that
yeah.
was an abusive
So he
alcoholic,
wasn't
and
a white mystery.
he's recovered now. Though I don't want to besmirch the guy. Whatever. Yeah, yeah. Bygones be
Did he beat
bygones.
you ever? Did he ever beat you?
Smoke up, man. It'll get hair on your chest.
Actually, he's a very small guy, and I sprouted at 13. I sprouted. I got real big, and we did fight once, and it was like 14-year-old me versus middle-aged him, and it was like a draw. And
Oh,
then we
really?
just agreed not to talk about it. Yeah, we fought once, and we agreed not to
Huh.
talk about it because I don't think he wanted to get arrested, and I didn't want to make my mom. My mom's like, if you keep acting out, it's gonna make me real sad, and I'm not gonna buy you any more Nintendo games. And I was like, all right, shit.
That's
Now
not my
that's the
younger
lie.
brother.
That's the lie right there. You take away like my Tecmo Bowl or my fucking Super Mario, I'm gonna be fucking tripping. So all right, I'm not gonna fight nobody. I'm gonna
That's
fight
like
no motherfuckers.
my younger brother, P. Diddy. This guy my mom dated for a couple years. We lived with him.
Yeah,
His name was Al, and he got trying to rough up my younger brother Diddy, and Diddy's like,
yeah,
bam, punched that motherfucker in the eye,
yeah,
and then the dude started beating him after that. But he had a black eye. It was like during one of the holidays,
yeah,
Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, whatever. So he came to the family dinner with a black eye, and the
yeah.
family was like,
How'd you
wow,
get the black eye?
way to go. They all knew. My mother told them what happened, and they're like, yeah, good job, P. Diddy.
Well, this dude was in the Navy, and he was actually in a submarine and doing all that shit. So I
Oh,
came
gay
at
stuff.
him. I landed a couple blows that he mostly deflected, and I think that he just then kind of like he did some judo shit and took me down.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's just
You
like
can't say
you don't want to go further. But I got some blows in. I think it was one of those things to respect. He's
That's
like,
not
look,
good. That's not
no,
good.
no.
That's
Navy and blows words don't go together. Navy and
submarine, Navy,
submarine,
and
Navy
you giving
blows. You
blows
said
to some
blows
guy.
twice. You said
I just
blows.
mean that like I hit him in the face
Not that
with
anything's
my
wrong with
fist.
that.
multiple
Oh, with your
times.
fist. Okay.
You asshole. Yeah. So yeah, I
Wait a
was an
minute. Wait a minute.
untrained.
I missed the fisting part. What?
He hit him in the face with
All
a
right.
fist.
Oh,
All right, guys. I was an untrained teenager that had no fighting ability,
Hey.
but I was mad and pissed off. So I was just like throwing crazy wild punches, and I think I hit him. I think I hit him hard enough that he was like, "Whoa, this dude's not fucking around." And I think we both didn't want. I didn't want him to go to jail. He didn't want me to get grounded forever by my mom. So I think after he took me down and like in a fucking arm behind the back, like no, like that. Do you guys know fucking combat? Do you guys know fucking like in the military, especially if you're an MP, you get trained to like be able to subdue somebody without fucking hurting them, right? It's like it's a fucking military thing, dude. Fucking Shagdog talking shit. Shagdog, you're in all kinds of fucking. You've met all kinds of MPs. You're talking shit about a standard military.
Jammer, man.
Fucking bullshit.
You're so serious today.
But you got a lot of key words in there. Subdue, to the
blowing,
face,
fisting.
Hey guys, this is a fucking childhood trauma, and you're judging me. And
We're not judging.
Serious,
We're not judging. We're not judging. We just acting
All
like
right.
children about a childhood trauma. We're
I
laughing
really
about it.
different key words.
Well, judging by the last episode, it was fucking like Chris Hansen A&E kind of fucking shit, So I came into this serious. I'm like, are we going to be talking? Yeah, we're talking about childhood trauma. We're talking about like underage Shagdog relationships. Like, I feel like I came into this like I was coming on the Maury show. So Maury Povich.
Well, if it turns out to be your kid, I'm going to be surprised.
I came on the Maury show plenty of times.
You came on Maury?
The Maury show.
I'll be honest with you guys. It was supposed to be a cool story about how I was like a young fat Patrick Swayze that Roadhouse my stepdad.
I get that.
Like, Roadhouse.
Roadhouse. Hey, Jammer.
It was my fucking fat Patrick Swayze moment. You're taking it away from me.
Hey, did you rip his throat out? Well, Roadhouse. Yeah.
No. Instead, I ended up. Have you ever heard of Texas Roadhouse as a restaurant chain? I did that instead. I was like, I could rip your throat out, but instead now that I'm Patrick Swayze, I'm gonna go to Texas Roadhouse and get some fried chicken.
Well, that's good.
But it was a brave fucking moment, and you guys took it away from me.
No,
cool.
we didn't take anything away from you.
You gave more than we wanted.
Yeah.
You own that moment. Have much respect for it.
Yeah.
So you own it.
Key words, and I feel your hurt.
It's just that we're critiquing your storytelling choice of words.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
Few words. Yeah.
I thought if I came on looking like a Ukrainian/Russian gangster, that I would be
automatically given the respect that's due, right?
Given the respect, like this guy's like he's got a tale of trauma he's telling, but we got to let him finish, otherwise there's going to be consequences in the family.
I had this watch up my ass for 15 years.
Actually, that was almost. So I've never been able to do every time I try to do a Christopher Walken, I fail. But sometimes, I harness a little tiny bit of it,
It comes and goes.
You have to listen to it a lot. And right after
your Owen Wilson is closer.
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
Oh yeah, I don't summon him from the grave right now, guys. Don't summon my Owen Wilson. I'll do one that's close though, because I recently rewatched The Shining. Like my Jack Nicholson, like, hey everybody, Jack Nicholson here. It sounds actually like Owen Wilson though.
It almost sounds like Owen Wilson doing a Jack Nicholson.
Doing Jack Nicholson. That's what Julia said. And actually, I've done for the past few weeks that.
You're back.
Transported to the other side.
Yeah. Julia literally had a nightmare about Owen Wilson. She's like, you need to stop talking like Owen Wilson. She's like, you just need to stop.
I could do a good Tony from The Shining. Why, Tony? Because I said so. I don't like him. Red rum. Red rum. Red rum. Red rum.
I mean, I think anybody could do that voice, but
you got the shine, don't you, boy? I can't do that guy either. The black guy. You got the shine, don't you, boy? You got the shine, don't you, boy? I love you when you come to the kitchen to visit me.
Shagdog, tell Nancy that I want a gumball.
Oh,
I never do any kind of ethnic impressions on camera live on the internet, so you
It's
guys
hard
are
to
on
do.
your own on that one.
It's hard to do.
You guys are on. You
Well, I
guys are
was
on your own
doing
with
Ronald
Scatman
Reagan.
Brothers. Oh,
I
I
can do.
didn't get.
Scatman Crower is difficult in itself. One,
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
can't remember what he sounded like exactly, so
Yeah.
I'd want to hear his
But
voice a few times before trying to do it.
Yeah, you have to watch The
yeah,
Shining and was it Cocoon he was in or what? No,
Scatman Brothers
And
was
here's the
not
thing
very
about
good.
No.
Scatman, I really liked as an actor and everything.
Yeah.
So
he is in a
I
great
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
I have
you ever
much
seen
respect
Amazing
for
Stories,
him.
Jammer?
I,
Amazing Stories
say what?
episode he was in with the senior home, and he was helping people
Oh
when they turn
yeah,
young or
yeah.
whatever.
No,
Yeah.
Amazing Stories was good. I missed that and like Tales from the Dark Side and like
Yeah.
all
Oh,
those
Tales of
kind
Dark
of
Side.
like.
All right, let me ask you this: do you remember the Minutemen? They
Yeah,
were making the minute that was to come while you were
yeah.
living in the
Oh.
minute that you were in.
Do you ever remember the one they had this giant telescope and some lady comes out of the telescope, or it's a Halley's Comet one? It was I don't know if you remember like this, like the lady stuck on the moon or whatever gets sucked in through the telescope. They had
Oh
some
yeah.
crazy shit on that show, man. They had some crazy
And then the
shit.
other one is the one where the guy refused to die. He thought he was alive when he was actually dead.
Yeah.
And grandpa,
I think I remember
he was
that one.
grandpa. And the only way they convinced him that he was dead is that they put a lot of pepper in his dish or whatever, and he sneezed and his nose
Yeah.
came off.
You ever seen the Twilight Zone one where, speaking of telescope, different than telescope, but the Earth's getting closer and closer to the
Oh,
sun,
yeah,
and the
yeah.
girl's burning up.
Oh
burning up,
yeah, and that lady's in an apartment and stuff. Yeah, like
And at the
that's
end
a
of the
classic
episode,
one, man.
she's hallucinating,
That's
and dreaming.
classic.
The Earth is actually
Yeah.
leaving the sun, so it's getting cold. They're like bundling
Getting
up.
colder. Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's the big twist at the end. Man, that show was ahead of its time. But hey, guys, I guess I should kind of talk about beer. All of a sudden, we got into like childhood sexual trauma, I guess, instead of.
Well, you never said
I'm just
anything
joking
about
'cause-
something sexual. You just said that you had a fight with him. Now,
Yeah,
are you
and a
letting
lot
out
of-
more than we know?
Yeah, you got a
No,
lot of
I'm just
blows to
actually
this
just
guy.
joking and being funny.
Okay. All right.
But do you guys remember in the fucking? Do you guys remember
Do you
how in
remember?
like? I guess this is around 2007 through 2012. There was a style called IPL, India Pale Lager.
Yeah.
You guys remember how
IPL.
I actually? So the first time I ever talked with you guys online was because of an IPL. It was Magic Hat. Remember Magic Hat used to always have those mist boxes? And they had this really medicinal tasting IPA. And I commented on the comments on your YouTube video about it. And this is on the channel that's now deleted, unfortunately. And I remember in the next video, you brought up my comment and said, hey, this Jammer fan guy, he like knows his beer. Like he knows what he's talking about. He's talking about beer. And then that was an IPL. And that's when they were brand new. That was in 2010 or 2011 or something,
Yeah.
somewhere in there, maybe 12.
Yeah.
Kind of in the beginning years. So this is India. Like there's so many. So at any given time, there's like 200 breweries in fucking Fort Collins, guys. That's why it's just like it could be some pop up place. It could be some brew from Denver that some place was pouring. Like I have no fucking idea. Like it's just some beer, and it's like okay. So there's no way to.
Well, let me just tell you, the Schneider Weisse, whatever, Aventinus beer, 8.2 ABV.
Yeah.
It is a really good beer. It's got bready notes. It's yeasty, got a light banana. It's crisp. It got a little roasty to it, just a slight roastiness to it. Just in general, very delicious. It's got the brown. The head went down pretty quick, but overall, it's very delicious. It's almost honey-like, in the taste and the looks of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it may have some cloves in it. I'm not sure, but it does have banana flavor in there, and it's just a really good beer. Yeah. I think that most people who would try it, if they're adventurous enough in trying something with a little more alcohol and a little darker, especially wheat beer, most women most people in general like the wheat beers. So I would say
Yeah.
that they would probably really like this beer in general. Just my
I
my
like to
thoughts.
the most women like. I mean, you're not wrong. It was just funny how you said it, Jammer. It cracks me up. But
I
that's
don't want
they
to
are
include everybody
Hey, how did I
because
get
not
back to the
everybody.
center again?
honestly, some of those beers taste to me like the banana runts, those candies, and I'm like,
Oh
how
yeah,
could you not like, yeah, if their first experience is Budweiser or like a hoppy pale ale or IPA, you might just be like, oh, I don't like beer. I'm gonna switch to sweeter. But you
yeah.
have like something, yeah, that's got some sweeter notes, but also has some alcohol to it. You're like, oh, I can get buzzed on this or whatever.
And this
Yeah,
compliment covers the the alcohol
yeah.
pretty well. It's not really harsh or anything. It's very easy to drink. And my grade of this is going to be an A and full swallow and a quarter. I'm
Nice.
just going to go
Well,
right into the grade.
I haven't even given an aroma on mine yet. I don't know if Shagdog has, but I'm going to tell you guys that. Do you guys remember having IPLs? I mean, you've reviewed them on your channel. Do you guys
Yeah,
remember them?
Couple,
yeah.
yeah.
I used
Indian
to like the
Pale.
IPLs a
Yeah.
lot better than the IPAs and ales in
So
general.
tell me,
I like lagers
tell me,
better in
yeah.
comparison to ales in general.
There was
And
one
that's
So tell me if
because
IPL.
this,
lagers take longer to make than ales.
One IPL we did
yeah.
was from the one that made the circus and the Jewish beers.
Circus Boy.
The Hebrew or
No,
he,
not
it's like
Circus
he
Boy.
something.
Not Circus Boy. That was
Um,
a lager or something. But the Jewish one we did with
the Jewish
Come,
one, yeah, I can't
Come.
remember the name of it.
Genesis.
It's like,
Genesis. I don't know if that was IPL,
yeah,
but
oh
beer
yeah,
by
yeah,
that
yeah.
company, one of those beers by that
They
company,
have,
or
they have
the
the
one that's
Clown Shoes IPA or
Clown
whatever,
Shoes,
right?
Sword Swallower, whatever
Yeah,
hell kind of beers
yeah.
they have. We did an IPL by them. I didn't like it at all, but yeah, I've had a couple that were okay. Yeah, they're basically hot
Yeah.
butt lagers, basically. Really.
So basically, how I would describe it, because sometimes you can have that kind of like sour hop and lager yeast kind of flavor. This hits right home. Maybe it'll it tastes like sourdough, pine, and grass. If that makes sense,
Yeah,
with some
sourdough,
bitterness,
pine, and grass.
obviously,
You got some
because it's got that
grassy
like,
floral notes with some pine and some.
and then that bready kind of that the lager sometimes gives it that kind of like sweeter, puffier note. It's not like wheat bread, like brown wheat bread. It's like a white
Actually, it's
bread,
sounding
like
pretty good to
sourdough.
me. Sounding pretty
Yeah,
good
I
to
mean
me.
it's just kind
Sourdough.
of
I
a
like
classic
sourdough bread, and I like
pine and grass.
grass and pine. Yeah. Uh oh, Jammer fan.
It's pretty simple.
Hey, I
Pretty
am the
simple.
star. Look at that. I am the star.
Oh yeah, I'm still here. No, but it's I remember that, and also you guys remember the white IPAs for a while. They weren't Belgian IPAs; they were white IPAs. It was people taking wit beers like what's that famous one? Hoegaarden. Everybody calls it Hoegaarden, but Hoegaarden, right? It's like it was basically like a hoppy Hoegaarden.
Yeah.
They were taking white ales and doing like the. So I feel like this is from that same fad. It's like, okay, let's take a. I looked it up on Beer Advocate, and it seems 6.7 to 7.5 is like the realm of the ABV on these. And if you look, it's a darker color copper. Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
this is. Have you guys ever heard of this Midwest place, Bucky's? Have you guys ever heard
Ah,
of Bucky's gas
Bucky's.
station?
Yes, I've heard of Bucky's. They're
This
opening up
this
on
is my
here
fucking
in Florida.
I think I went by
Yeah, this is my fucking You guys, look at this beautiful fucking Bucky's pint glass. Or I mean, I think
Uh,
this is a 20-ounce glass actually. So I got about 20 ounces of
I
beer in this
think I
motherfucker. My
might
Bucky's.
actually. No, I don't have a shirt. My wife was given a
All right,
Bucky's jacket from Bucky's with Bucky on it.
all
I
right,
hate
but it's
Bucky's
pretty
because
dope though, right?
Buckeyes.
Is having a Bucky's pint glass cool? Do you guys like that
Yeah,
or what?
yeah, cool.
We're fucking repping the
Pretty
Midwest and
good,
shit.
actually.
I
Yeah.
mean,
I mean, who?
yeah.
Most
But
times
anyways, look at the.
I see people do videos about Bucky's. Most times it's about buying their food or whatever their little
Yeah.
beef
Look,
jerky or whatever.
I
But
can
not
tell
the
you what
mutton.
was the big thing that happened to us down here in Florida. We got Wawa's came in and they opened up gas
Oh yeah,
stations and
well,
all over.
yeah.
So Wawa's was a big thing because they had good food in comparison to the most gas
A lot of
stations.
heartburn.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, yeah, heartburn and all that stuff. But I'm saying in general, in comparison to other gas
Gas
stations and
station,
everything,
yeah.
you had better food.
Some nice
Yeah.
sandwiches.
So if a
Tastes good.
Bucky's is supposed to open up, I think up in Ocala somewhere.
Somewhere up
Here,
there,
and it's supposed to be one of the largest gas stations that is built in Florida.
Yeah.
It's supposed to have
Yeah.
X amount of pumps. It's probably going to be like 96 pumps or something like that.
Yeah, it's almost like a truck
And that's
stop.
like, yeah.
But
No, Bucky's is always huge.
like a
Always
truck
huge.
stop, but a tourist destination almost.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like
So-
excited about it. Yeah.
So they're building a Bucky's in Colorado, but we don't have one yet. But I had a buddy who was traveling from Oklahoma to here. He stopped at a Bucky's and he got me some of their. It's called like Bucky's corn or Bucky's mix. They have a weird kind of. It's kind of like a Cracker Jack fucking mix that they're famous for. He got me that and this pint glass. So I will tell you though that like that fucking Bucky's corn made me feel like shit though. It was like pure sugar and corn syrup.
Yeah,
like it's like
bet you-
diet.
Yeah.
It's like a crazy mixture of like all the diabetes causing ingredients ever on the planet, like mixed in one thing.
They have good sandwiches, like different barbecue sandwiches, a whole bunch of crazy shit. Yeah.
There is a restaurant on the way up north. I forget the name of it. My sister and my mom were telling me about it. And it's got billboards up and down the 95 and 75. And it's about barbecue and about hamburger, all that stuff like that. And they went there and they bought hamburgers and had fries and had a shake and a drink. All and even got dessert, and it was cheap in comparison to going to a McDonald's even, and it was better food.
You remember that the billboard signs on 75? I saw them when I first moved down to Florida.
Cafe Risque.
Cafe Risque. Never went there until we came back from our trip from New Orleans. The first time I ever went to Cafe Risque, it was all right, But yeah.
Well, you guys, the purest form a restaurant has ever in, and the best form a restaurant will always be in, and this is why a good restaurants never stick around forever, is the phase where they're getting popular because they're using good ingredients. They have a way to serve you something high quality and still keep it a reasonable price. But once it becomes a corporation and there's shareholders
And
to
the
pay and there's
accountants
this
getting
and that
involved.
and advertising, and like all that, it's like it just
Well, we can make it
it-
cheaper if we use this ingredient.
We're going to ship it
Yeah.
in. You don't have to cook it. We're going to ship it in package.
It'll already be pre-cooked. All you have to do is heat it up.
Right.
And then versus the guy that's going to the butcher and being like, I need X amount of like ground chuck or whatever you got on hand. He's taking that meat to his place. He's making the burgers, but you can't like that guy's probably just a working man, not really making a lot of money, So it's just
But
like
here's
anytime
the thing. They like to get involved, like you're saying, Jammer fan. But the reality is, it can still be done and at a reasonable price if they want to do it.
If they wanted to.
If they wanted to do it,
But
So
that
I
think
profit,
the
that profit potential, you can make 50% more
Sonny's barbecue.
Yeah.
is
if you
like
just
that.
switch this one ingredient.
Sonny's barbecue is like that. That's
And think about it this way, man. You're a chef who worked 5 years of grueling 70-hour weeks, and you finally made it. And somebody's like, "Hey, just push this button and approve this weird ingredient, and you're going to be making $75K a year. You don't have to do anything. It's just residuals." Like it's probably tempting just to be like, that actually happens.
Sell out.
That actually happened. It happens to breweries out here, dude. There's so many new breweries that are formed by there's a guy who works for New Belgium out here, right? And another guy who works for Odell, and there's both stories of the head brewers being pushed out kind of by corporations, and then they go and start a small brewery. They got to pay out, so from they go start a small brewery, and the brewery's more like a passion project, like an art project or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That's kind. This beer is from. So just to go back to this, do you guys remember? So the quintessential look of an IPA. Remember, it looks kind of like a West Coast IPA. It's kind of coppery and pretty clear, but it's got. I want to show you the lacing on this. It's got a head. See that thin film. It doesn't. Some beers completely lose their head all the way.
Oh yeah.
This has got that. You guys know that kind of beer that has a tiny head that sticks around pretty much for the duration.
A little thin film, yeah.
Yeah.
But here's some webbing and lacing, which is a sign of like good hops and draft. It's a draft beer too. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah.
Shagdog. I know lace is waste, but is that like good lacing, that quality?
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Jammer's more worried about lace than I am. I don't give a shit.
I just make fun about it because it's easy to make
I
fun
think
about
Jammer.
it.
What's your ABV on yours again? Your ABV may be too high for lacing, right? Because if it gets high
8.2.
enough, it doesn't. Do you think that's
8.2.
why you just kind of you get the alcohol legs, but it kind of like drains? Did you get much lacing on that?
Let me put it like this: I had a 10% just a little while ago, and I got a
Wow,
lot of.
Shagdog for the Bud Ice. He's coming in with some lacing on the Bud Ice. Sorry.
Couple streaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, this is like I don't know. It looks like it's hanging around.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good lace there. This is I didn't even tell anything about my beer. I'm doing Bud Ice, folks.
Oh yeah, shit. I haven't even talked about your.
49 by Beer Advocate. It's an American adjunct
What
lager.
do they classify it? Is it an American adjunct lager?
According to the Beer Advocate, so it's not an ice box.
But we know it's an ice beer. We know it's a like malt
It's an ice
liquor
beer,
kind
but
of
they
ice
probably
beer.
use adjunct in it, so you gotta go. It can't be like a German Eisbach,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm sure a German Eisbach might go by the Heinz
Yeah.
perhaps. I don't know.
Mhm.
But yeah, 5.5% ABV, and it's ice brew process. Takes beer to a temperature. Okay, you know the process anyhow. You know the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing.
Yeah, let me. Oh, my head. Oh, yes, you
Oh,
know the thing.
vein's gonna bust.
So
You know
it's basically an Eisenbach American adjunct lager hybrid then.
Yeah, they
Right?
use the Eisbach method of the way
Method,
they
but
brew
with
it.
corn. They put corn in there, and that
Right.
it's not technically legal through the Eisenbach. Yeah, that's a good call, Shagdog. It's like a hybrid. I love
So
hybrid
it's like
styles, so that's kind of a cool hybrid
Eisbach
style.
style, but it's an adjunct lager. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's brewed in the Eisbach process.
Yes. Yeah.
Which ice beers came out, I was upset because I was a Bud Dry advocate, Michelob Dry, all the dry beers.
Yeah.
It just got started. I'm like, wow, I can't wait. I only remember Michelob and Bud Dry.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm like, all right. And then all of a sudden the ice beers start coming out and the dry beers just disappeared. And I was like, what the fuck? What happened?
You know, that bothers me too because, like the Japanese, what is that, Asahi?
Asahi Super Dry.
Yeah.
Super dry.
Yeah.
That one
Super dry,
I
yeah.
think is a good dry beer.
It's a good
really
dry rice lager. It's considered a rice lager.
It's
but
a nice beer, and I was really wanting to try the other dry beers and everything like that, and then they just disappear, like you said. And then, like you said, the ice beers came out, and got to try several of them, but it's not the same. I agree. Some of these beers.
Remember
like
the
to see.
Michelob Dry and Bud Dry. You're probably a little baby back then, Jammer fan. What year were you born?
81.
Yeah, so okay, you weren't a baby, but you're almost a baby. You're like 10, 11 years old when the dry beers were out. About 92.
Yeah, I definitely
92,
wasn't
93.
drinking. I had responsible parents, so I wasn't like in the trailer park drinking as like an 11-year-old. Yeah.
As soon as the ice beers came out, the dry beers were only out for like a year or 2 years, maybe, and then they just disappeared when the ice beers came out. It was like
That's
bye-bye
almost
dry
like the
beers.
wine coolers. Whenever the taxes came out
Yeah.
on the wine coolers, all of a sudden they just disappeared too.
Yeah. But the
All
Bud
right,
Dry was great. I loved it. I mean, you drank it. I mean, it made you thirsty for more. It made your mouth dry. You're like, oh, drink some more.
Jammer, just for the aid of our viewers and ourselves, I was wondering because you're over on this end, and I know you already gave your score, but could you do a quick recap of the flavor profile and score? Then I'll do it, and then Shagdog will do it. We'll just go down the line and wrap it up.
Well, I had a nice bready, malty. What was it? What I said? Banana.
Yeah, you
clove,
said there were. You said clove.
crisp,
Yeah, the clove.
bready.
I forgot the score, which is why I wanted you to say
Fruity,
the score again. That's
yeasty.
what
I gave it an A and a swallow and a quarter.
Swallow. Yeah, Swarter. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure it was a Swarter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one. Yeah. Description first, right? Like I said, sourdough with the grass and pine. Like it's more sourdough on the nose because of the yeast, and then when you drink it, it's more of the kind of bread that you get at the steakhouse. You get those dinner rolls they bring out with a little buttery thing. So it's kind of more of a buttery kind of like
yeast roll.
also,
Keep bringing them
yeah,
back.
and I'll steal this from Ronald the Riot, aka Ron Terrio, however you want to say it. But he would talk about different kind of breads. He'd be like, this tastes like Roman bread, like this, like meat, this milled kind of like, I don't know. I don't know how you would describe Roman bread, but there's a graininess in there, right? It's kind of a barley kind of
Well,
graininess.
it's a darker bread too.
Yeah.
So you get
And this isn't necessarily like, it only has a little bit of that, but I think that's kind of like that hint of caramelness you can see in the flavor would be, because just look at the color. It's like you do have like, I think the smell is more sourdough, the flavor is more like hint of sourdough, and then it goes into like, kind of a
Jammer fan, what I'm gathering, what you said, and what I'm gathering is that you're talking about sourdough on the smell. Then you're talking about yeasty, pine, and grass. Flavor. So you're having that sourdough smell when you go into it, and then you're automatically tasting the yeastiness of a yeast roll or a sourdough bread.
Yeah, and then it tastes like, they put rosemary or they put herbs or something on like the bread rolls, like at a nice restaurant. So yeah, it was like that. It's
and to me that sounds actually pretty interesting and probably very delicious.
So have you ever heard of somebody calling a beer a pilot brew? Like it's a pilot program, they call it a pilot brew. This was some kind of pilot brew of some kind of small brewery that was an upstart. So this is totally like off the map, kind of like. They don't even bottle their stuff. You just get like a canned crowler on the. This is totally like street. This is almost like going to a street cart, or something.
Yeah.
And like it's not like there's no label. There's no. I wish I would have known the name, but it may not have even had anything online. There's so many.
I love that one place at towards Plant City I went to, Jammer, that girl I dated down there. I forget the name of the brewery.
It's changed its name.
They changed the name, but when I got the growler from there, they actually put a label on the can. They put a sticker on it. They give you that growler.
Sometimes they do. So I live down the street from. So Odell and Fat Tire are like 3 blocks from each other. They're right in this thing. I can see. So not only can I see Budweiser from my porch, but I just go 2 miles down the road, and then I can see the tall tanks of, Odell and Fat Tire. And I will say that Odell and Fat Tire, when they do their crowlers, they have labels on it. It has a description and ABV and everything. Like, what I'm talking about is like these scrappy breweries that are like, just trying
to don't have the money
there
to be spending on labels.
That's like
Zephyr
Hills.
It's basically like home brewers that have filled out the legitimate like application to be able to sell it to the public without getting in trouble. It's basically what it is.
And they're just hoping to get enough money to where they can actually start being new tire.
And this tastes like a home brew because I can see tons of people turning their nose up to this Jammer because it's just like has a lot of depth of flavor.
Yeah.
And I'm a foodie, so I love taking a piece of fresh baked bread and then you take some like vinegar and olive oil and black pepper and herbs and you dump that bread in there. This is kind of like what that is, but like a citrusy kind of bitter boost at the end. I like it, man.
You two talking too much if I'm empty.
Anyways, I'll give my score so I can shut up. My score is I'm gonna go B+ with a swallow. I'm not gonna swarter it. It's a hearty beer to get through. So, just solid B
and Bucky's
just
pint.
There's something wrong there, huh?
Yeah.
If I'm empty before you two, there's something.
You just weren't talking like you normally do.
Me?
No, Shagdog.
No, I'm empty.
Shagdog wasn't talking like he normally does, so he ended up drinking more.
What did you give? What's your score, Shagdog? I went off the rails there. Now, what's your score? What is your score for?
For a Bud Ice adjunct lager, a C+ and a swallow. It's a drinkable. Yeah. I could drink a couple of these and have a good time watching a football game or slapping.
Could you do it with drink it and enjoy it? Watching a game with say a transsexual.
As long as she kept her pecker in her pants, maybe.
So pecker in her pants. That's what you do. You'd peck her in the pants.
No, I won't peck her in the pants. As long as she kept her pecker in her pants. Then again, she might be full transgender and not even have a pecker.
Well, that's true.
You guys are forgetting the obvious joke. Pecker, I hardly knew her.
Well, my joke is the guy who was doing the Bud Light thing. So.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, and we
That was a
shouldn't be
guy?
making Shag.
I thought that was a
You guys are
girl.
gonna, you guys are gonna get kicked off YouTube again if you're too crazy. Remember that YouTube's like really liberal now, and you have to like take in mind everybody's feelings. Shagdog, you gotta
Hey,
be sensitive to everybody.
I am.
Not that anything's wrong with that.
Right, and if those
No,
YouTube guys want
I'm
to go
sure
that way,
I'm
fine
sensitive
with
as
that.
fuck.
If those YouTube guys want to keep me on their channel, I'll fuck them in the ass.
What? We're not saying that, Shagdog. We're just talking about being fucking sensitive. You're being,
Yeah.
and that was an insensitive. That's actually an insensitive comment, Shagdog. You have no. If I was an HR professional and I was trying to train you, I'd be like, this guy has no fucking idea.
This would make a perfect
What
HR
fucking-
Saturday Night Live skit.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying,
Shagdog's
if
like,
that's
oh
what-
yeah.
I'm just saying, if that's what
Well, if it takes me fucking him in the ass, I'll do it.
don't block me again. Bend over.
If fucking this guy in the ass is what I need to do to be tolerant, count me in.
to get not canceled again a third time because we got blocked for a week. They said it was supposed to be a week, but it was like 2 weeks because we got the 1X or whatever. But it was 2
Yeah,
weeks.
probably because because of comments like that. We were PG-13 until you were talking about like railing gay men in the ass. Now
But
it's
it's-
fucking X for sure.
it's
You
gotta be
rated this X.
What's
gotta be
really bad is that now they're going to start
consensual.
using AI to search this stuff out.
Yeah.
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 It's got to be consensual, though. I mean, any CEOs of YouTube, just let me know. As long as you get us some views and some subscribers.
I mean,
Boy, you're
I know the
dedicated,
mustache-
Shagdog.
I know
Either
the
that or
mustache is fake.
you're hard up to get laid.
Shit. That was better than what I was going to say, Jammer. Like, you nailed it. Let's just close on that note. Let's just close, like, right now. You end the video
I'm a
right
little
now.
nervous
Perfect.
now.
Cut.
I'm a little nervous.
It's like Frank Capra. Like, it's beautiful.
I'm
You
nervous
cut the
because
film now.
I'm not nervous about getting canceled. I'm nervous about them taking me up on that offer.
I do have a Genesee Lager on deck that I've reviewed, I think, now 800 times, but at least I can
Hey.
review this unknown. I like that hey, Jammer, I'm calling this Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Who knows
I'm
what
gonna do
who
another
knows
bad
who
here.
did what with this, right?
Yeah.
So, and I don't even know
if
the
you don't even know
ABV.
what brewer or ABV or what style it's
Nothing.
supposed to be.
Nothing.
Yeah.
It's just like having a home brew from a friend, but that's kind of a cool experience, though, right?
Yeah, well, I did some home brews and Shagdog didn't like it. So.
Yeah, I don't
Well, this is obviously from somebody like if you do
Actually-
a pop-up brewery, like then you're obviously you're confident enough that you've honed your skills to like try to go into
He
the
did one IPA and it tasted kind of good because it was really malty.
Yeah.
He did
Well, I
a
Hey,
tried
you
to
guys
make it
hear that?
malty.
Did you guys hear that Russell Crowe's making Gladiator 2?
No.
I didn't know he was in
So
it.
he's
I heard they're
making
making a
no,
Gladiator.
no. Well, I don't know if he's in it, but I mean, I think he's
Well,
a
let me
producer.
just
I don't
tell
know
you,
if he's in it.
it's going to be tough to top the original Gladiator. I mean, it's.
But the reason I bring that up, guys, is that Colorado brewing scene is like there's always hundreds of brewers buying even for a piece of the social media scene. So you just get like kind of gems like this. It's just like, oh, this is pretty good. Who knows who even the fuck did it or what it means or what was in it?
Yeah,
But-
what's really crazy is the fact that you gave it a good grade and you are enjoying it and everything, and you are even
Yeah.
saying that it tastes good and all that stuff, and yet you
And I have
cannot
no
know
idea. I
the-
can't even be biased
It's
because I
a
have no
completely
idea.
mystery, and
It's a
the thing
mystery.
about it is, unfortunately, that brewery will never get the acknowledgement.
Yeah. Even if you
It's
do
almost
the-
like Shagdog when he did the video where he was what was it, malt liquor affirmations. You know, he did the first
Yeah.
original malt liquor affirmations video, and it really sucked. He said, but that was okay because you will never see it because he forgot to turn on the camera.
Yeah.
So
Actually,
the first
the second one
original.
was better.
Yeah.
The second one was better than the first one. Actually.
But the first
Turns
one
out.
wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never know.
It sucks that you're right, Jabber. It sucks that only Bucky's gonna get the Bucky's brand is gonna get credit for this good beer.
Yeah.
Look at him. He's ready to eat the
Bucky's
souls of
actually
everybody.
should come out with their own beer called Bucky's Beer.
Bucky.
And I think
beer.
it should be. I think it should be kind of like a macro craft. Like it's not crazy IPA, but it shouldn't taste like Bud Light. Like they should have some hops or something in it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Make it like something that people want to get.
Maybe some beef.
Taste almost like a mass-produced lager or something like that.
some-
But
maybe some
Yeah,
beef.
but like it have a little.
well,
yeah, it has
actually,
some
make a
flavor in it.
lager that is actually following the Reinheitsgebot.
Maybe
yeah,
have some
just even
musk
that,
in it, like a beaver. It tastes like the smell of a beaver.
Lit
Or a nice
real
wood.
beer.
Wood.
Like a real beaver.
Yeah.
Beaver.
Yeah. You forget that if there's even viewers that have been chronologically following this live, there may be viewers in the future. And Shagdog, did you forget about the Dungeons and Dragon Chris Hansen situation from the last video? I was part of the comments, but I wasn't here. Like, I think you should like, just.
I saw something about Dungeons and Dragons, but I'm like, oh yeah, this is Hellfire's Club from Stranger Things, but yeah.
Yeah.
Dragons and Dragons.
Chris Hansen, though. Me and Chris Hansen are like this.
Jammer, I feel like me and you were on the same level, but I feel like Shagdog is getting a little bit wasted.
Yeah, you like that one? Chris Hansen brings the kids, I knock them down.
Yeah. Bad choice.
Actually, guys, I think we need to go to the next video because I want to get more alcohol in Shagdog because he's starting to get fucked up, and I love that. Let's get Shagdog, like, I wouldn't say wasted, but let's shake it up. He claimed he had all these other beers.
All right. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and sharing. Hey, I'm Jammer, and we appreciate each and every one of you kiddos out there drinking beer and watching videos.
We like child humor.
So join us on the next exciting review.
Yeah. She's going to look good in about 10 more years.
Terrible. That was Jammer fan and Shagdog there.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't ever get a grade in my
being
beer.
that they didn't even say anything. When I'm
going to give it a C+ on this anyhow at the end of the video.
C+.
That's that shit. I gave it a fucking B and a swallow.
Oh, I did grade it earlier. I had a C+. C+.
I gave it a fucking and honestly, that's just because I don't think that people necessarily every time they drink a beer want sourdough and herbs and rosemary in their mouth. Like it's like if you're just wanting an everyday beer. Yeah.
Hey, for what
you got a laptop or we gotta get you
I'm on my phone, dude.
Yeah, but we gotta get you a laptop because I feel like I'm a little kid that you're shaking. I keep moving.
Well, my laptop, I have
Shaking
a high-end
baby
laptop
syndrome.
and it fucking hates StreamYard. Remember, every time I join on like Herky Jerky on my phone, it has me. I'm super sharp, and I'm on fiber optic on my phone, and it's like I'm like fucking HD, like a fucking ninja on the shit. Like this is my phone.
Oh, you need one of those mounts then, a little mount, so it's not shaking as much. It's making me dizzy.
Boy, right, you're very picky.
Yeah, I'll try to fucking make it. I'll try to make it'll be a more artisan podcast for the next video, Shagdog. I'll try to do my.
All you gotta do is go on Amazon, look for a phone mount for streaming.
Cool.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll help for the next video. Which guys invite me on. I have another beer. Yeah. All right.
All right. Who the hell is that? You are so beautiful. To me, yeah. I love that song.
Oh god, that guy looks like he's having a fucking seizure. Jesus fucking Christ. Is that really a thing? Is that a meme or something?
That's Jammer. That's how he did it. He did it really good.
I did an imitation of John Belushi doing an imitation of Joe Cocker.
Sorry, Jammer, I didn't know that was you, but my comment still stands. You were like, I appreciate the body motion, but I thought you were having, but I just insulted Jammer.
No, that's all right. I'm all right.
I just insulted my hero. Never meet your heroes. I insulted my hero. Fuck you, Shagdog, for your judgment. Fuck you for that.
I didn't judge it.
Sorry.
No, but what
He's like, I
do
didn't
you,
do shit.
well, here's the thing. What do you think of the invitation of John Belushi doing Joe Cocker?
It's good. I didn't know you were doing that. I went in cold, Jammer. Like I love John Belushi, and I love. I didn't. It's a fucking amazing when you say that, but I didn't know that. You know, it's like giving somebody a shrimp pate if they're expecting a turkey sandwich.
How do you like that blue?
Whoa!
How do you like that blue curtain for the sliding doors?
Actually, with the red shirt, it's kind of it's he somehow coordinated it. It feels really American. I have the same colored shirt on too. Look at this. We're fucking literally.
Both communists.
And that's from probably what 2012.
No, that's later than that, Jammer. That's after I was with Karen. It's
2016.
2016, yeah, 15 and 16. I was gonna say.
Shagdog, I'll tell you what. I'll guarantee you a Soviet job in the new Biden empire if right now you denounce it. If you denounce Trump and say you bow down to the commie Soviet Kamala Harris empire that's run by Joe Biden and Mike, his trans boyfriend wife. If you fucking admit all that right now and that you bow down to them, I will forever do whatever you want.
I would never
just admit that you love. Just admit that you love Obama and Biden and George Soros and like all that, and I'll just like whatever. You know,
even if I was offered $5 million right now for saying that, I would not take it. I would never say that because I'm a true American.
For $5 million, a true American might take it.
No, I'm a real American hero. Well, I guess I could move if I get the $5 million.
Where would you move to?
Somebody where they speak English. New Zealand, Australia, Ireland. I don't know, one of those English-speaking countries.
Real patriot over here. Or no, that was true. Real patriot over here.
No, but overall, I know I'm not going to get
real patriot over here.
I'm a true American.
Yeah, I want to go to New Zealand. Shagdog's like, the press is like, "Are you a true American?" Yeah, but I think I'm going to bail and go to New Zealand.
But I wouldn't get that money. Nobody's going to offer that money, so I would never bow down to anybody. I'm a Republican and an American. I love, and I'm a New Yorker too, believe it or not, originally.
This is a Spinner Swallow beer review. He's Jammer. He's Shagdog. I guess we're going to see you on the next one, folks, because these motherfuckers have malfunctioned.
And the truth. Beer is all you need.
We are the Spit or Swallow beer review.
It is swallow, yeah. It is swallow. I'm gonna I gotta find a lighter. Hold on. All right. Let's see if I can find a lighter on the spot. I'm digging through it. Hold on. I think I actually have a lighter, you guys. Here we go. Not a big flame. I'm trying to do like I'm doing my best, guys, in the moment. Just trying to the flint's going. I just did
the size of that flame is about the size of the Spitter Swallow beer review right now.
The tiniest flame, like a horrible, barely can't even get it up now. I'm like, hold on.
The choice of words you're doing for this video, I tell you, you're. All right, guys.
It's only because you guys are dirty.
Thanks,
people.
Kiddos, for watching.
Dirty old men.
We'll see you on the next one.
I'm a Gen Z, and you're two old dirty men, and I like you.
Don't push it, Shagdog. Jesus.
Yeah.
Don't push it.
All right, let's get to the next beer review.
Yes, let's get to the
fucking
next. Are we doing a beer review, or are we doing a drinking and thinking thing?
I mean, I have a beer. I don't have a new beer to review. I've reviewed it before, but you guys know Genesee beer. It's from Shagdog's. It's from the docks. It's from the New York docks, man.
Because I got plenty of beer to drink and think to. if you want it.
Whatever
Yeah.
y'all want to do. I just don't want
I think
to.
it's going to be a drinking. I think it's going to be a drinking and thinking jammer. I don't think there's going to be any intellectual involvement in this next fucking video. I think we're pretty much out of being.
Well,
I don't
let
think
me
we're going to be
just-
smart. I don't think anybody's going to be smart.
Well, let me just get ready for it then. There we go.
All right.
I'll go ahead and get my backdrop set up. Look at that.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I thought you were faking it there for a moment. You know, so many people faking it in my life.
Sorry to hear about your wife.
Nah, I wasn't talking about her.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Else.
joking. That was like put on phone. Ching.
Yeah.
I have Jammer, you guys always give me shit about all like the molestation stuff I confess. So you know what? I gotta like fire.
Hey, your girlfriend's
Bring
name
it back.
Julia, right? Jammer fan? Julia.
Uh-oh.
Robert.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, Shagdog? Shagdog trying to drop a bomb. He's like,
And then the room turned when Shagdog asked.
No, I'm thinking of what's his, Julia.
there's about to be another fucking true crime. There's about
thinking of Julia Roberts.
you're dancing in true crime territory.
Everything was copacetic until the point when Shagdog asked.
Another beautiful woman named Julia Roberts, almost as beautiful as your wife, but not quite. What's her brother's name though? Eric Roberts.
What, you interested in his brother?
No, I want to do a good Eric Roberts impersonation. Nice.
Yeah, my brother's name is Corey. You want to know? You want to stop him?
Julia.
His name is Corey.
How's that a good Eric Roberts impersonation? Okay, never mind.
But I'm literally getting in my ear like this Chinese voice because I have these cheap headphones. Battery low. Yeah, most extreme battery low. You might not want to change the fucking
Battery low.
Battery low. Battery low. I'm getting that, so it's a good time.
You bend over.
Yeah, so
Recharge you up.
We gotta go. I gotta go. Spitter, swallow, beer, beer.
Long time American.
Spitter, fucking swallow, beer.
We'll be right back, guys.
Again,
gals,
battery
and
low.
girls,
This thing's
and everything
about to
in
bail.
between.
You guys got a couple seconds, just like I got. Peace out. Bye, everybody. This is the time to
See
say
you
bye.
next week, guys.
See you on the next. Bye.
Send us a link, Shagdog.
All righty.
Send us a link.